Well. It is that time. Almost that time. Switch 2 is on the horizon. Can you believe it? The Nintendo Switch originally came out in March 2017. Now we are in, well, today is the 1st of June 2025. How time flies, can you believe it's nearly been a decade since Switch came out? And the way that Switch is going, there are still big releases coming out. So it will probably be going beyond 2027, so it'll be more than a decade old. And what a fantastic system it's been. So many amazing games for it. But now we are ready and raring to go with Switch 2. And here in the UK, it's going to be about 400 quid for the basic system, or about 430 quid if you have Mario Kart World bundled in. And I think we all know the best option. It has to be the Mario Kart World bundle. It is worth the price. It is worth the extra moolah. So, as you can see here, I'm wearing an amazing Nintendo Switch t-shirt. I'm Adam Riley. You will have seen me on some of our Cube 3 videos. We have been going since, get this, 2003. Yes, you heard me right, 2003. We are very old indeed. Can you believe that I started at Cube 3 when I was born? Of course nobody believes that. I was at university when Cube 3 started, and I have been a gamer all my life, from the NES all the way through now to Switch 2, and I cannot wait for the 5th of June. It is gonna be so exciting. And I was down in London for the Switch 2 experience back in April, and what a thoroughly enjoyable time it was, not only with all the games I got to try, but I got this wonderful bag of goodies. Thank you so much, Nintendo. They gave me this fantastic, lovely t-shirt, which is great. It has something on the back as well, which I will show you some other time. But I got this lovely tote bag. Let me show you the back of it as well. There you go. Woo! I mean, this bag alone is really fantastic. But as you may have noticed, this bag is quite bulky. What could be inside? Well, that's the joy, isn't it? Nintendo likes to add little secrets into games, but it also likes to add little secrets into bags of goodies. Now, before I jump into this, I just have to say thank you so much to Nintendo. They have been such huge supporters of Cube 3 over the past 22 years. It's truly been absolutely amazing. From back when we were doing GameCube coverage and Game Boy Advance coverage. The reason why we called Cube 3 is from the GameCube era, because the idea was it was cubed with the little 3 in the corner, so it was cubed. Obviously, very hard to write, hard to put as a URL, so we just became cubed3.com. That is our heritage. That is our name. We are not cubed-3. We are not cube 3. We are not cubed space 3. No, we are cubed 3. All one word. Cubed, C-U-B-E-D, the number 3.com. Do you like the random squiggles? Really seems like I'm writing, doesn't it? So we are cubed3.com, and we did consider changing our name, but we know there are a lot of people that know us and love us, and we thought, well, hey, we'll just stick with the tried and tested name. Did you know that we have just relaunched our website? The owner, George, who was just a wee nipper when the website launched, young lad, very talented, he's even more talented now, coded it all himself, then he's taken it right back to basics and built it up afresh. Please do check out cubed3.com for our new look website. You will be mightily impressed, as am I. So, the Switch 2 experience in London, I'm keeping you waiting with this bag, aren't I? Had hands-on with some fantastic games. When we first arrived, me being an introvert, it was a little bit of a shock to the system because we walked through these double doors that opened up before us, and it was like a guard of honour. There were staff standing in a whole row, clapping, and cheering and welcoming us to the whole afternoon. Well, it was the morning for me actually, but to the whole session. And I got to jump straight into Mario Kart World after my cheering and chanting. Now, a lot of the YouTubers and a lot of celebrities, social media celebrities, they've really loved it. They're like, hey, 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 taking pictures, posing. Whereas I'm a bit like, little introvert hiding and just quickly scurrying off to go and play Mario Kart World. I am a bit of a different generation, a shrinking violet, I must admit. But Mario Kart World, I have to say, it didn't surprise me, actually. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm just so bowled over with what they've done. Mario Kart, ever since I started playing Mario Kart in 92, 93, something like that, on the SNES, it's just been innovation after innovation after innovation. Even from the twin karts that you played on the GameCube, 4-player split screen on the N64. Oh, 4-player split screen. That's how I wasted my evenings as a kid at school. Me and my mates playing on what was like a teeny tiny screen cut into four. So you are playing on basically a postage stamp, but we spent so many hours playing on Mario Kart 64. And it's just got better and better. And those that thought Mario Kart 8 was the pinnacle, well, Nintendo kind of ripped up the script and went, well, here's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version, something even better. Then, boom, here's the booster pack with 24 extra courses to play on, and totally refreshed it. And this is why it's like the best-selling game ever. My goodness, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the booster pass. How could they possibly top that? Well, we all know Nintendo. There's always a trick or two up its sleeve. And Mario Kart World means that you can go across the expanse of the world, not just play on individual tracks, not just go into your little tournaments, but you can drive around, you can discover things, you can, oh, look at that, there's something hidden there. Oh, there's a new story feature hidden away there. Yes, there's a new challenge here. Oh, wait a minute, I can go online and meet up with my friends, and we can just take random poses, and we can take photos using the new USB-C camera function and game chat function. And I actually want to not just go on a menu screen and go to another course. I want to drive across the world and go to the course myself. Just kind of mosey on over before I start. Yes, this is open world Mario Kart. This is, well, I suppose the closest thing you can liken it to is Breath of the Wild Mario Kart Edition. Mario Kart of the Wild. It doesn't have the same ring. Mario Kart World is quite good. That way. Also fits in very well with the idea that the Super Mario Bros. Movie sequel is, well, as it was leaked, going to be called Super Mario World. So Super Mario World and Mario Kart World, I can see those going hand in hand when the movie comes out next year. Marketing 101. So, as I was playing Mario Kart, let's see what was given to me in my goodie bag. The first thing that I got was this. This is a Nintendo Switch 2 journal. As you can see, as we open this delightful book, it says on here, thanks for coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. Well, Nintendo, you are very welcome. I am very glad that I made the trip down from Manchester to London to see you and get this book that is filled with what looks like graph paper. This could be me charting my success or lack of success in the latest video games. Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bananza. Donkey Kong Bananza. Wow, what an experience that was. So what have we got at the back of here? Just a blank page basically. But this is a nice sturdy book. It's even got the Switch 2 logo on the spine. So that is very nice indeed. So thank you for that, Nintendo. That's very lovely. So after I played Mario Kart World, I got to go inside and then go and play Donkey Kong Bananza. Yes, Bananza, because it's a pun on Bananza and bananas. Who'd have thought that? Banana, Bananza, Bananza. Okay. Just to clarify that, because I've seen some people spell it incorrectly. I think it's Donkey Kong Bananza. Donkey Kong Bananza is very much of the ilk of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, the game that you could play with the bongos. Yeah? Do you remember that? Playing Donkey Konga, which was the rhythm game by Bandai Namco. But there was also Donkey Kong Jungle Beat by the team that went on to do Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Odyssey, yeah? And what you'll see is this is an amalgamation of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat and the Super Mario 3D games all mashed together. So you've got the bishing and the bashing and the boshing of Donkey Kong smashing his way through stuff. I almost felt like I needed bongos to do it, but the controls worked well enough. Sometimes he whistles, sometimes he kind of like does funny actions. He has a bit of a laugh. He can grab things, he can smash down, he can smash either side, he can smash up. He can grab things out, he can rip it off, he can break it, he can throw it, he can aim, and he can just chuck it at enemies. It's very good stress relief. If you've had a hard week at school, college, work, family, anything that's really been getting you down, play Donkey Kong Bananza and you will find that the stress just washes away as you are smashing the world around you. The world is your oyster. Yet of course, there are limitations, because I think at one point I almost went right through to the other side and nearly fell off into the void. Being an early build as well, and we will wait for the release in July for the final build, there was some maybe screen tearing or some moments where if you dig in particular areas the camera just goes nuts and it's a little bit difficult to track where you are. But they were minor things. It was such a fun experience. And underneath that, being from the Tokyo team that has done the Mario experiences, there's a great adventure under there as well. So it's good stress relief, but don't think that it's a throwaway game. There is far more to it than meets the eye. Donkey Kong Bananza, I cannot wait. After playing Mario Kart for a month, jumping into Donkey Kong after that is going to be so good. What else have we got in here? We have a Nintendo Switch 2 pen. This is quite a nice pen, isn't it? The colours, I like this red. This red is very cool. So that's a Nintendo Switch 2 pen. How cool is that? If I put this behind my hair, I put it here behind my ear, does it look pretentious? You know what? Don't care. It's gonna stay here. Because if I put it down there, it'll be off camera and you can't see it. So instead, I'm going to leave it here, as if I am some like really important person that just needs to quickly jot things down. Okay. So after Donkey Kong Bananza, I had a little bit of fun with Super Mario Party Jamboree plus Jamboree TV. So it makes use of the specialist camera, USB-C camera. We are hoping that all USB-C cameras will be compatible with Switch 2. Not confirmed yet, obviously, because the system's not out in the wild just yet. Watch this space. But what you could do with the Switch 2 camera is you could move, pick up your motion. It could also, because of the microphone on it, it could pick up your voice. So the mini games were really good because sometimes you could move around and your movements would kind of impact on the game. Other times you had to make loud noises. Blah, 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 blah. That's why if you watch some of the videos, you'll see people screaming. If you see the clip that I shared, you'll see a certain person that we all know on social media who's bouncing around and absolutely screaming with her friends, which is quite comical. And I quite enjoyed it, because you could also use the mouse con. Now the mouse con is the Joy-Con 2 controllers put on their side, and you can move them around, which is really good. You can use it like a mouse pointer. I mean, this is such a fantastic addition. I'm just so impressed with what Nintendo does. Anyway, let's see what else have we got in here. So we have the pen, and we have, oh, what's this? Oh, this is my special wristband. So it was Friday the 12th of April that I was there. Came down from Manchester, shot over to the Excel Centre in London, and I had a rip-roaring time indeed. Nintendo Switch 2 Experience London, entry between 9 and 10. I did wait around a long time, but that's because I arrived super early. But I had a thoroughly good time. I was probably there for about, 5 hours? 3, 4, four and a half, maybe 5 hours. I could have been there all day, really. There were so many games on offer. It was such a good time. And I'm quite not a hoarder, but I like my mementos, so I'm keeping this because I'm someone that likes to reminisce. So, you know how like people like to keep tickets from concerts that they enjoy. This is me. I keep wristbands. So I'll put that down there. What else have we got here? We have a lanyard. Now, it seems like I have nothing to go on this lanyard, but it is a very nice lanyard indeed. It's all clipped together at the moment, actually. Can I unclip that? No, I don't think so. So as you can see here, you can see that nicely. Switch 2. I do love this. I'm actually, when I first saw the logo for Switch 2, I thought it was a bit ridiculous with the big number 2. But actually, when I see it listed, you know, on the game pages where you see the formats at the bottom, seeing the original Switch logo and the Switch 2 logo next to each other, I now understand it makes absolute perfect sense. Nintendo wants no confusion. When the Wii went to the Wii U, there was a lot of confusion. Was Wii U just an upgrade to the Wii? Was it maybe like a Wii Pro? Was it just a slightly updated version? This is well and truly a new console. I believe one of the working names was something like a Super Switch. Yeah, a bit like from the NES to the Super NES. Maybe I'm making that up, but I'm pretty sure I've read that somewhere. Don't quote me on it though, but it does make sense, doesn't it? A Switch to a Super Switch. There was rumours of a Switch Pro in the past. Again, with naming conventions nowadays, it can get very confusing. When Xbox went to Xbox One, and then Xbox Series, and Xbox, do you know what I mean? Rather than just going Xbox 2, Xbox 3, it just all got a bit messy. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Nintendo, I think it makes sense. This is a Switch, but better. This is a Switch, it's bigger. It's not thicker, it's actually the same in terms of its thickness. Weight is obviously a little bit heavier, but not drastically heavier. The Joy-Con that now connect... It's hard to replicate that sound with my mouth. Anyway, they are magnetic controllers and they are very impressive. They're very sturdy and they don't fall off very easily. You have to press a little push button at the side to pull them off. So that's also very good. When I played it on Mario Kart especially, which is quite intense because, you know, Mario Kart can be quite stressful at times, especially when you're in the lead and someone whacks you with a blue shell, and then someone else gets you with a red shell, and then you spin off into a banana, and then someone hits you with lightning and you become small, and then someone runs over you and you get squished, and all of a sudden you're in last position. Drives you nuts sometimes. Wow. But yeah, so that sort of stuff can happen, and you get really tense, and you tend to grip the console harder than normal, which is exactly what I was doing. Especially when I was playing the 24-player tournament later on in the day. Talk about tension, goodness me, because I was in first position until the very end, and then sadly did get whacked. And because people are eliminated on each round, on each lap, I was down to the one where there was only 4 participants left, and I was in first, and I got whacked, and ended up in 4th. But you know, hey, it's the taking part that counts, not the winning. I wouldn't have been saying that if I'd won. I'd be like, in your face, losers. No. I'd be a little bit more gracious. But the controllers, they do not come off at all. I was gripping and I've got big hands. Yeah, big hands. Someone once told me that my hands were so big, especially when I was holding a mini Haagen-Dazs. It looked so teeny tiny in my giant hands. So thank you, whoever commented on that. The controllers did not come loose. Those magnets are very strong, so don't worry too much about that. So, we have this lanyard. Nothing attached to it at the moment, but still, I'm going to leave it on for now. What else have we got in here? We have a little notepad. Switch 2 notepad. This is really good. I'm not quite sure what I'll use this for. I can kind of note down my journey over the years with Switch 2 because we're hoping that it will last as long as Switch 1 did. This maybe I could put down things like release dates, so like, you know, July for Donkey Kong Bonanza, and then what have we got? Pokemon Z Alpha coming on October? 16th of October. Okay, what else have we got? What's coming at launch? What do I need to get this week? Bravely Default HD Edition, Flying Fairy, woo woo woo, that's going to be good. And what else? We've got Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Starcross World, and that's coming soon. Oh, Kirby. For those of you that have been watching the footage on YouTube of the Switch 2 experience that I've been sharing over the past month or so, you will have noticed that I did not have a lot of footage for Kirby, and that is purely because I spent so much time enjoying Kirby that I didn't have time to film it because I was on my own. So I was not a massive fan at first. Why? It's because I'm a bit of a 2D aficionado. So being a stalwart 2D fan going into the 3D world, yes, it was like, well done Kirby, bravo you little pink puff ball. But it seemed to lack something for me. However, Starcross World, oh, you know what? It's just made me a new convert, definitely. I cannot wait to dive back in this. I'm like Kirby, I am definitely getting that. So that will be on my post-it note. I'll stick it on my forehead. That won't be very useful. Unless I look in the mirror and then it'll be like, what's this? Oh yeah, Kirby, don't forget. I love the fact that there are so many elements where you hit trigger, hit a switch, something changes, the landscape moves around, so you can see something hidden over there, but you're over here, and it looks like the path is going up there, but you want to get over there. Then you notice if you drop down that section there, there's a little ledge that will lead you around and under, and then up, and then you have to break something and climb up and go around, and finally you get the hidden thing over there. See what I mean by that? Now, that is also the case in Donkey Kong Bonanza to some degree, but you tend to overlook it because you're just too busy having fun smashing stuff. Kirby's very clever. Now, if any of you go back in time, go into the archives and look at some of my old Kirby reviews on the Game Boy Advance, you will see, you know, especially games like The Amazing Mirror, there was so much depth to it. People think Kirby's just an easy romp, floats around, get to the end, done. Do 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 do. That's when he dies, actually. Doodly doodly doo 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 doo, or something to that effect. Anyway, singing and melodies are not my forte. There's so much depth to Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Starcross World that I am just enamored. I'm a new convert, and Kirby is definitely on my list. So there we go, post-it notes. What else have we got in here? Well, you know, we all need a little bit of moisture. We need a little bit of hydration. So what better than to have this wonderful Switch 2 water bottle. This is really good. I like this. Oh, and have you noticed? It has a clip. So we can open this up. Hello, can you hear me? Did you ever do that as a kid? Still do it today. That's just like killing my microphone. So this really handy bottle will be great if you need some refreshment, as we have here. I'm not doing advertising, I promise. This is not an... And we go, what do you need to have when you have your Switch 2 gaming experience? I wonder, what could I possibly be? Oh, Highland Spring! Oh, didn't notice that there. Yeah. There's some very unsubtle advertising in there nowadays. But, what does this have? It has a hook. What do I have around my neck? Something that needs hooking onto. So, let's do this. Yeah. You need your hands free when you're playing games. Yeah. You need both hands free, not just one hand. So here we go. I have my Switch 2 water bottle around my neck. I'm going to leave that. Ooh, if that was heavy. Oh! Painful. It made me even drop my pen. So I got my bottle here, and I won't lose it. I can be playing around, diddly diddly dee, and I've just won the match, and I'm the best Mario Kart player ever, and now I'm feeling thirsty. Oh look, how handy! I have this right here. Glug 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 glug. I'm refreshed. Off we go again. Don't you just love the actions? Who would have thought I was an actor in my spare time? Metroid. Oh, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Just, it blew my mind. I have been waiting and waiting for this. Sadly, Nintendo revealed it just a maybe a teensy tiny bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini bit early. You agree? We've been waiting for ages. Thankfully, we got Metroid Prime 1 remastered, which was absolutely sublime. Retro. Bravo, bravo. I tip my hat to sirs and madams. I want Metroid Prime 2 and 3, please. Yeah. Echoes and Corruption. Stunning games. Especially Corruption. Really enjoyed that. Especially if we have the motion controls back. We need something to fill the void between now and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Definitely. Come on, please, 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 please. If you're watching this video and you're enjoying, please make sure that you like the video, subscribe to Cube 3, and tick the little bell for the notification. It would be really lovely if you did that. Then you can get all our latest updates and you can listen to me waffle even more. Yay! The crowd went wild. Don't forget also to go over to cubed3.com. That's C-U-B-E-D, the number 3.com. And of course, what really helps is me wagging my finger around, because of course, for those of you that were struggling to spell that, that obviously helped considerably. Anyway, what I really loved about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond was the fact that, well, firstly, it was familiar, which is great. If you're a massive fan of Metroid Prime 4 or just FPS games in general, you'll be right at home. Now, the good thing for me though was the fact that you could get your Joy-Con and you could use them in mouse mode with both of them. You could use just one to sort of like look around and aim, whilst using the joystick on the controller on your left hand. So you could be like moving around and then jiggling around like this as if you were using the mouse to point Samus's arm and shoot at things and lock onto things and then move her around with your, yeah. The other great thing was that not only could you then, you could just use it as standard Joy-Con, as if like you were just playing with a normal Pro controller or two separate Joy-Con. I like the fact that you can mix things up. What you could also do is once you lock onto something, you could use motion. Now many people thought motion wouldn't be possible because there's no infrared on these new Joy-Con 2. So what are you going to do? But don't forget, they've got really, really impressive gyroscopes within them. So they know your movements and your twisting. So when you're lifting, it knows when you're lifting. It knows when you're closer and further away. This is very impressive technology. And all of these control options, whether it's just standard controls, whether it's mouse con controls as like you're playing a PC game, or whether it's motion controls, you didn't have to go into the settings to change it. It literally just knew what you were doing there and then, and you could change on the fly. That for me, that sold it. That really did. And the attendant that was with me did not even realise that motion controls were included in it, which I thought was quite interesting. So, yeah. You live and you learn. Now the boss battle, this might have been early in the game, but the boss battle was hard. Maybe I'm a bit rusty. Maybe they've upped, I think they said up the temperature. But yes, it almost is because there was stress levels and I was perspiring. But maybe they've upped the difficulty to give a bit more of a challenge. Maybe there's an option to change the difficulty mode before you play the game. We'll see what happens in the final build. But I hope that this is going to be the big game at Christmas that makes the Metroid series just explode in the same way that Zelda exploded with the release of Breath of the Wild, and now Zelda's always been big, but with Breath of the Wild it went to a whole new scale. Even if Metroid goes from decent sales to pretty damn decent sales, that would be great. I would love to see the Metroid series properly take off. In the same way that I'd love to see F-Zero, because Nintendo's been giving that a little bit of a push with F-Zero 99 online for the Nintendo online subscribers to the Nintendo online subscribers. And then of course F-Zero GX is coming on the GameCube emulation, which is available with the expansion pack for online subscribers, along with Soul Calibur 2 and Zelda Wind Waker and all sorts of other games coming out, but those three in particular at launch. I love seeing Nintendo's classic series getting a revamp. I'd love to see Wave Race come back. I loved Wave Race 64. I know Wave Race Blue Storm on the GameCube was still very good, but not quite as good. Wave Race 64, even playing it on the N64 emulator, it's as fresh today as it was back then when it was first released. Anyway, so I have my water bottle so I can stay hydrated, and we have one more thing in here, I believe. We do indeed. We're almost at the end. La 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 la. You'll be pleased to know this is a mug. And this is a mug. 2 mugs, eh? This is my Nintendo Switch 2 mug. And isn't this delightful? I really love it. The red just stands out so much. And this is a really decent quality mug. This is really good. You know what? This keeps falling off my ear. It's so heavy. So I'm going to balance it on there. Thank you. There we go. So this comes with a nice little note in German and in English. Dear customer, this high quality product was finished with very special varnish and print. We recommend manual cleaning, not dishwasher. Manual cleaning, especially for matte hydro varnish and soft touch, in order to avoid scratches and preserve the luminance for many years of joy. Wow. There's even a message in German. Liebe Kunde, this is going to test my pronunciation. Liebe Kunde, diese Becher besteht aus hochwertigem Porzellan. Why am I even trying this? Würde in der EU, I don't know. Someone please let me know in the comments. Hergestellt und in Deutschland verhandelt. Viel Freude beim Genießen Ihres Liebesgetränks. Enjoy your favorite drink. So, apologies if I just offended you with my really poor German, but I'm not German, and I only did German GCSE. I was quite good at German GCSE, but I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Spring chicken, even. So that's everything that I got. So I am excited with all this, and I am very excited for Thursday, and I hope you are too. Will you be getting the Nintendo Switch 2? Will you be getting it? 395 quid with the system on its own. 435 with Mario Kart World. I think we know the best option, like I mentioned earlier. It's going to be good. June the 5th, this coming Thursday. Wow. This coming Thursday, if you're watching it before Thursday. If you're watching it after Thursday, well then, you know, why are you only just watching it now? Come on, folks. You're watching a pre-release video after release. There are so many great games coming out. I can't wait for Shinen's new fast release, Fast Fusion. That's going to be so good. I do love the fast games. I really wish Shinen would work closely with Nintendo and do a Star Fox game. I wish they'd do an F-Zero game. I wish they'd do, they'd do great platform games with Jet as well. The Tourist was brilliant. Oh, I hope there's another Tourist on Switch 2. Anyway, that's by the by. Don't forget, talking of buy your Nintendo Switch 2. Get it this Thursday. Get it while it's still available, because it's going to sell out pretty darn quickly, and you don't want to miss out. because when we're all screaming how amazing Mario Kart World is, you will suddenly be thinking, I'm missing out. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. I've been Adam Riley, representing cubed3.com. Please, like I say, like the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that little notification bell. We will have more content for you very soon. Watch this space. Bye for now, folks.